So what was your thing? What was your thing? Do it again. Do it again.
It's like, ladies, if your man has ever cheated on you, that's all his fault. He the reason why you fucking that nigga from work. Everything's on him. He bought you a house, a car, and pay all your bills. That nigga still not doing enough.
All right.
The GoSipWine podcast.
I am one of the co-hosts of the GoSipWine podcast, and we are having these little bonus segment episodes, and I like to call mine locker room talk. You know, it's the guys we're talking about what we talk about in the locker room, you know, just straight up. And I have two guests, you know. One first, you know this guy right here to the left of me. He was on the last episode. It's Trey, you know, what up? And this is my other cousin, Martell. How you doing?
How you guys doing?
Yeah, so it was the perfect storm. You know, I was calling him, and then I started calling. I was like, I need somebody for this, and I was like, why not get them both? Because we got some funny shit to talk about. You know, funny shit to talk about. Since we know a little bit about this guy right here. Let's go. What's up, man? Tell us something.
Who, me and Martell?
Martell, where you from?
Bro, you already know, South Central Los Angeles, born and raised. Out here in Jacksonville, Florida now, chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. You know, and we used to live in Japan together. Man, the stories we have, the long nights. We had so much fun. Like, oh man. So I do have a question for you, man. How would you describe your overseas experience?
Amazing, bro. Especially once you came out to Japan with me. Bro, that was like a whole other life, bro.
Yeah, that was my first.
Yeah, first, all I did was probably go to the base club or go to clubs out there in Sasebo, maybe food. Now, when you got out there, now you definitely dragging me out to Osaka and stuff, making me explore a little bit more.
Yeah, man. We had so much fun. But you know what? I want to start this back like old school. So I want Trey to tell this story. I want him to tell this story. But Trey, tell a story. Tell a story. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about.
All right, so look, obviously we off from LA, so we used to go to Rogers Park in Inglewood to go hoop during the summer when we stayed with Auntie Nana.
Yep.
So on one particular Saturday, our Uncle Anthony wake up, he was like, hey, yo, if y'all can go hoop, like y'all can leave now, get y'all some money, blah, blah, blah. So we like, fuck it, like, let's go. So we get ready, we dip. Well, on the way over there, this nigga had the shit. So we like looking around, and so when we was staying at going to Rogers, like we didn't pass no liquor stores, no gas stations, no nothing. It was all residential shit. So we like looking around like, damn, like where he gonna go shit at? So then it's like this apartment building that's like right here, and like on like the backside of the wall, it's like bushes like this. So it's like a little space.
But wait, you can't. I was like, yeah, I had the BG's bad, but I was like, I need to find some tissue. We found like a Burger King bag with some tissues, some magazines.
It's some newspaper.
It's some newspaper. I had to take shit that bad. So go ahead, finish the story.
So this nigga, he was like, hey, yo, like, keep a lookout. So this nigga peels off behind the little bushes or whatever. He starts shitting. Well, nigga, we hear this fucking high-pitched ass voice, nigga, like, the reason that we're here. And we sitting there like, who the fuck is this? And so then he starts shitting or whatever, and like the fucking voice stopped. And it's like deep-ass voice like, hey, who the fuck back there? Like, what the fuck? So this nigga Decory like does this like magical like quick ass wiping technique, and like we take off on the street. So nigga, we think we in the clear. So we get probably like a half a block down the street, and we see this big Tookie Williams looking motherfucker come out, like nigga like sprint out the motherfucking apartment building in some basketball shorts. And I look back and I'm like, hey nigga, that's the nigga that caught you shitting. Corey's like, nah, nigga, that ain't him. And I was like, nah, nigga, that's him. So this nigga walking behind us, and this nigga like grabbed both of us by the back of the neck. This nigga was like, he like hem us up. Hey, which one of y'all niggas was back there taking this shit? I was like, that nigga.
That story, bro. I was so mad. I'm like, nigga, like, bro, I didn't even get a chance to tell my side of the story. I was like, I'm over here like, he's like, which one of y'all niggas took a shit? Him. I'm like, I look like, really, nigga? Like,
mind you, nigga, we in like 5th grade. This big Pelican Bay looking ass nigga come out.
Yo, he came out, he was like, what you wipe your ass with? I'm like, I had newspaper, magazine, and some fucking tissue. He was like, okay, y'all gotta clean this shit up. So he grabbed us and made us walk back, right? And it got more embarrassing because these two dudes, he's like, oh, these your little cousins? He said, no, these two niggas took a shit in front of my house and I'm gonna make them clean it up. And I was like, what we gonna clean it up? He said, nigga, your hands. I was like, yo, what? So when we got to the wall, and I was like, I don't want to clean this up. And then he's like, you know what? Matter of fact, your cousin will clean it up and snitching on you. So he made this nigga clean up most of this shit. I was like, yo, that's what you get for snitching, nigga. Like, yo.
Bruh, look, this nigga was, first of all, like I said, in like 5th grade. This nigga was so fucking big.
Remember, big. Like, he was huge.
Nigga, remember when Kevin Hart was like, nigga, stop going to the gym, nigga, like you won? Like it was that nigga.
That big?
Yeah, he was huge.
Nigga, cock diesel ass nigga.
Motherfucker out here took you in his prime.
Bruh.
I don't know. He was huge, and I couldn't help it, but I had the shit though. So I don't know what I ate today.
But nigga, the bigger question was, why was this big ass nigga around here singing like Tina Marie and shit?
Yeah, he had a crazy high pitched voice. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That shit was wild.
My shit is why y'all motherfuckers start running again.
So look, I told this nigga, bro, I was like, bro, let's go. Like that's him. He was like, nah, that ain't him. That ain't him.
Cause he was running like a gorilla down the street. He was like this. And I was like, yo, that ain't that nigga. Like, yo, that's not him at all.
First
the nigga like Mighty Joe Young, nigga just come barreling down the street.
Someone big as hell chasing behind y'all in the hood. Y'all don't stay there to look and see.
Bro, I stood there looking like a whole dumbass fool. Like, yo. Man, it was good times, man.
I left your ass in a heartbeat. Like, you better get behind me.
That shit, and then you remember when I took that shit when we went camping behind the nigga's tent?
Oh, this thing.
Bro, that's just disrespectful.
No, I'm gonna tell you why we did it. So we was out here playing Black Ass. We watched Jackass. We was like, yo, we can just do Black Ass. We black, you know. This nigga, but he was like, yo, I'm about to take a shit behind these people's tents. He ran. I ain't never seen a shit this big, bro. I'm like, yo, this nigga's so nasty. He wiped his ass and was looking. Yo, that shit was crazy. Enough about shit though. Let's get into it. That shit was funny. So, Cuzzo, Martell,
what's up?
What memories do you have of Japan that made you laugh the hardest? What else?
Hardest?
Yeah.
You already know what that is. You keep bringing it up every chance you get. The more I try to forget it, the funnier it gets.
I can't let you forget that shit, man. It's just like, we were in Osaka, right? And I don't know what we had. We got so fucked up. Like, I knew I was drunk, but was it my birthday?
I don't remember why we were in Osaka.
We was just there.
Yeah, it was your birthday weekend. No? Because everybody, we had Dixon with us. Not Dixon. We had McKinney, Justin, me, you.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. Cause I still got a video of you. I still got a video of you snoring your life away, dog. I remember. Cause he was like, man, he was like, I was so drunk. I just remember waking up on the ground looking for y'all for 3 hours like this. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't remember none of that.
Yo, we had so many good times.
I remember we was at Club Q for most of that night where it was all you could do for like what, $25, $50.
Oh.
And you got that wristband, unlimited drinks.
Yo, we used to get so fucked up in Japan all the time. That's just when we went to Osaka, it's like you don't even we getting obliterated. Like it was nothing better to do to get fucked up there.
Yeah,
Yo,
because
so
it
where
was
was the drinking worse? Was it in Japan or was it in DC?
Oh, it was worse in Japan.
Really?
It was worse in Japan. Yeah. It's because
Bruh.
like the drinks were free, so it's just like you kept drinking. It's like fuck, like
and you
That's
wasn't getting cheap drinks either, bro.
nah, you was getting that top shelf.
You getting top shelf for free.
that good shit,
Yeah,
huh?
You
yeah,
pay
man.
that cover price for Hennessy, Crown. Was it Ciroc? You got top shelf shit for like $25-$50. All you can
Anytime. No, I
Damn.
remember. I remember my birthday when we went. It was like me, you, my homeboy Sunday, the
Yep.
white dude Jared. Remember him? Or
Yeah.
his
Of
name-
course I remember him.
After, yeah. Yo, that shit was so fun. We were at
We
the
all went
beach.
to Hooters.
No, we went to the beach. Remember?
That's the one where you posted the picture with them girls?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Because I shared birthdays with my homegirl. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
had bought a
nah.
bottle. Yeah, I had bought a bottle of fucking Patron, and it was like, yeah, this is special. We don't have this in Japan. Yo, they had this, and we had people knocked out, like just sleep, like in the park. Like, yo, that shit was crazy. It was just so turned. Like, yo, those was really good times, and we had so much fun, man. I wish you could have been with us, man. Because if you was in Japan with us, we probably would have lost our minds. That shit was just crazy.
We
I
would
was
have
in
been.
Guam. When
Yeah, you
y'all,
was
when
in
y'all
Guam
first
at
got
the
to Japan,
time.
I was in Guam. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
All
when
right,
I came in. I was sleeping on your floor when we took the lead.
yeah.
Bruh.
I got a question for y'all though. I'm gonna start with you, Martel. So you experience your stuff overseas and stuff. How does it feel to be married now? How's it married life?
Crazy. I'll say, cause you remember at first I was married then, but I was going through a whole separation and divorce at that time, so I was just living wild anyway.
Hmm.
But now having a family, having kids, bruh, it's an emotional roller coaster, bruh, full of ups and downs.
No,
There's
that's
good
what I
times,
heard.
bad times, hectic times, but I wouldn't change it,
Okay. How do you cope with the bad times though? That's always I want to ask a married person. How y'all cope with y'all bad times?
bruh. Every now and then, hop on Call of Duty or whatever, have me a couple of drinks.
Build a la la land, huh?
Yeah,
Hey, something.
yeah. So you gotta find your own little comfortable place and just be yourself sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have like a kid. You have a kid, 2 kids, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. See,
5-year-old and 2-year-old.
man, that's that family life. And that's what you working on right here, Mister Trey.
Yeah. Me and my girl, we got a 4-year-old. But for I mean, we not married yet, but for us, it's communication, dog. Which is dope though, because like both of y'all know, like I've been in some shitty relationships with no communication, like no nothing. So that was one thing that we talked about when we first started dating, and we've held true. We've been together a little over a year now, but we've held true to it. Like she get on my fucking nerves sometimes. I'm sure I get on hers. But whenever those things happen, or whenever one of us has like a misunderstanding with something, like we've never gotten into argument, and not because we've never had a misunderstanding or a disagreement. We've never argued about it. Everything has always been a conversation. Well, hey, here's what I was feeling. Here's what I thought, or no, like I wasn't feeling that because of this, or hey, like I didn't really like when this happened because of X, Y, Z. We had a conversation, and then after we talk about it, it's no more like we remember that one time. Nah, it's just after we talk about it, we get on the same page, and then that we push forward.
I feel like I'm like the wild card here because, like, when y'all found out you in a relationship, you got a girlfriend, y'all like, what? It's like,
I wasn't surprised. I was more surprised that for the same reasons, just like me and talked about the other day. I was just more surprised at how the communication had grown. But
yeah,
just like me and you was talking about how like I was with like Danielle and Celeste and all them. Like me and you, like despite what niggas think about me and Corey, we've always rather be in a relationship just be out living wild because we've always still been able to have fun.
No.
Look at this dude face. Look at
Nah,
this dude face. Look at this
nah,
dude
but
face.
look, bro.
You
For
did not Japan Decory.
no,
You
I,
didn't watch it.
bruh.
Bro was on a blacklist.
Bruh. That's what I'm saying though. Like we always been able to have fun and do our thing. But look, there is an underlying reason why though. So it's not just because just his nature was to be like super crazy. Because we've both been able to have mad fun, even in relationships. Our issue has always been finding a healthy relationship for us to be in. Because like when I first got to DC, I was in a relationship and I was cutting all the way the fuck up.
Yeah. But you know what? I want him to explain what was I like. I want to know now. I want to know from your point of view now because I'm curious. I'm curious. I know what I know, but I want to know what you know.
Wait, say it again.
I said I know what I know from my experience, but I want to know what you know. Because you like no. He was cutting you off. I want to.
My bad. I was seeing the crazy wilding out Decory in Japan, where you was going through women.
Yeah.
I go through. Every time I see you talk to, I found this, I met this person, I met that person, I'm talking to this person, I'm like, bro, did you just see talk to somebody last night? Yeah, and I forget her. These girls are cheese on the wall.
Yeah, but then look though. But that proves my point because I'm sure that my friends and mom would say the same about me. But
well, I'm sure our mama say all about all of us.
But that's what I'm saying though. But
said, you just like your daddy, you gonna be a Rolling Stone.
But that's what I'm saying though. But when we found somebody that was worth giving that effort to, everything locked up. That's what I'm saying. So we've always rather like the preference has always been just find somebody that's dope that you fuck with. But nigga, if I'm free, nigga, I'm about to be free.
I was worried because he was meeting some dope women, but he wasn't giving some of their ass the time of day to be a dope ass woman at all. And that's what I was worried about him about because he brung some very dope females. After sitting down talking to him and shit, there's some solid women. But Decory, about 2 weeks later, I'm like, nah, forget her. I'm on to the next. I'm like, bruh. He like, nah, she ain't the one.
Yeah, but ain't that when you was on your fuck girl shit? Cause you broken up with Maya like a year and a half earlier, and you was dating that one chick. Or you was talking to some girl in like San Antonio, weren't you? When you was going through like C school, or whatever. I remember you fucking called me one night, and then after that, I remember us having a conversation when you called me when you was driving back to base, and you was like, "Bro, like fuck these girls, yada yada yada." So like, I'm assuming
I was hurt.
Based on I'm assuming based on the timeline, that was when you was in your "I'm hurt, ain't nobody getting close to me" phase, which I think we've all been through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I went to Japan with that mindset.
Right, because for me, that mindset was wild. That was a wild time for me.
Same here.
You know, I knew I didn't care. Like I was really because that girl got into a car accident. She's like, "You can come to the hospital to see me." I was like, "Fuck you."
Bitch,
I didn't care. Oh. I didn't care.
Nigga, his doctor's there. What the fuck you need me for?
Yeah, I was hurt.
I feel you. Now we've been there, bro.
Yeah, man.
All of us been there. I am happy to see what you got now. I was like, damn, he really did calm down since Japan, but I was happy to see that though.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not crazy anymore.
That's the thing, like you wasn't never really crazy. I mean, I wasn't surprised because every time we talk, like we always talk about like just like hoping that we could just find somebody to just like fuck with us without having to deal with all the extra dumb shit. So when you finally started dating a girl, I was like, I was more surprised that you were willing to give it another shot. Because I know me and you have both talked about like, man, fuck this. Like, I'm done with relationships in general. That's how I felt before I met Alex. That's what surprised me most, that you were willing to just get back out there.
Yeah.
I
said that was probably the difference because where me and him were both at the time. Me and him were both at the fuck female phase because I was going through my divorce and clearly he was going through his heartbreak. So me and him didn't have that type of dialogue. It was like, hey, you free this weekend? You ain't got duty? I ain't got duty. Where we gonna go? We gonna be in pool? We gonna be in Osaka? We just gonna stay out here in Sasko? What's up?
Yeah, it's always easier to act a fool when you got host support with you.
Basically,
Yeah.
we was feeding off each other energy, bro. It was horrible.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We had some bad energy, dog. It led into like a lot of drinking.
Bro, that's a lot of understatement.
Yeah.
Bro,
See,
we
that's
was
why we were all
basketball.
at the same time. See, God knew what he was doing, bro, because at that time when y'all was doing that, that's when me and my ex-fiance had just broke up. So I was doing the same shit in Guam. He knew, nigga, all three of us could not be together in that headspace.
Oh no,
It'd been captain's mast all over the place.
Oh, especially with his temper. You know what I'm talking about, Decoy?
Oh, see, Trey never seen that side of me. I had a whole temper. Like, yo.
Let this nigga tell it. I'm the one with the worst temper.
Oh no,
you are.
You definitely had the worst temper going up.
You definitely had the worst temper, bro.
All of us around you definitely had the worst temper.
And the thing was, the only reason why he said I got a bad temper is because somebody, like, I wasn't even drunk, but somebody tried him, and I was not having that. Somebody tried him, like.
So I'm going to tell part of the story. So I'm messing with this one girl out in Japan, and just so happened, apparently she was engaged to someone that was on my ship, and they had broke up. Whatever, he got caught cheating, whatever. I didn't know.
Oh, wait, you froze.
But after that, yeah, she told him like, "Hey, I'm messing with Martell. He's a dude on your ship." And I guess he told her like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill him when I see him or whatever." Just so happens, he goes to Fook and ran into Decory. I was on duty, so Decory was like, "Hey, ain't this the motherfucker?" I'm like, yeah, that sound like him. And guess what? Decory goes to press his ass. Come on, you got me fucked up. You gonna kill my cousin? You got me fucked up.
The thing was, he was with like 6 people, and he's like 6'5", you know, I'm like 5, what, 9? He like, I'm like, yeah, you got me fucked. I was going crazy. His homeboy's like, no, we don't want no pouncing up. I'll beat all you niggas up. Fuck all that. Like, and I wasn't even drunk at that time. I was just like upset. And every time he see me, he was just like, every time he see me.
And you know what's so funny? When he was on the ship, he did the same thing. Like he wouldn't even acknowledge I was alive on the ship.
Yeah.
Like he come in where he would turn the other way and go the opposite direction from me.
Right, be like that, dog. Like dudes be talking mad shit. But see, that's what sends me over the edge more than anything. I hate when niggas got mad shit to say, but then nigga, when it's time to really do something, niggas all of a sudden want to be about diplomacy. Fuck all that, bro. Like if you get me to that point, nigga, we going there because ain't no more backing down.
That reminds me of DC.
That's what I was trying to tell the court not to get mad about, because it's like, if me and this dude's on the same ship and he never got the balls to say something to my face, there's no point in getting upset about it out in town, because clearly he ain't got the balls or the pride to do anything about it.
Yeah, man.
Every time he sees me, he walks the other way.
Right. Yeah, and that just reminded me of DC, man. It was just like a lot of those dudes. Remember the dude that Derek stepped on his shoes and he was like, "Yo, you got a problem?" He said, "I don't, sir." He looked like he looked like a hardcore dude. He was like, "I don't, sir. I don't have a problem with you." I'm like, bro, but you know what? I have a story about DC, man. I don't know if I ever told y'all, but I got jumped out there by like, I think it was by like 6 dudes, man. That shit was crazy. So I'm gonna tell you a story. I don't think I told you, Trey. So I was we were all in the club VIP turning up for my homeboy's birthday, right? And I had this one dude, it was his birthday too. He was with us. He was talking shit to this dude. He was like, "Oh, you can't afford this VIP. We in this VIP." The dude like, "Yo, leave me alone." I'm like, "Yo, leave this dude alone. This dude might fuck you up. He got dreads and Nike boots on. You know how DC was back then." So I'm just like, "Yo, don't talk to this dude, right?" He kept fucking with him. He got outside the club, right? And me, if like, if we're all together in a group, if you with me, we're with each other, you know? And so the dude, he seen the dude, he ran up on the dude, he's like, "Yo, what's up? What's up?" And the dude, right in his face. Old boy start crying, running off. So me and my instinct, the first thing I was like, "What?" So I started fighting this dude. And all I heard was, I was fighting him, right? And then I got hit in the back of the head. And then I swear, I fell to the ground. All I seen was like Nike boots. It was a whole bunch of them. Thumping the shit out of you, right? and then Cleo, you remember Cleo, my homeboy Cleo. Yeah, he jumped out the car. He's like, "What's up? What's up?" He hit one of the dudes. I swear, like 10 other dudes came and beat your ass. We were so drunk, we got up and we just shook each other. I was like, whatever, you got into the fight too? He's like, yeah. We got to the car, we started fighting. It's just
Bro,
like,
that's wild.
yeah, it was crazy. I was like, bro, it's like, and that dude who got hit, he was in the car. He was like, "Oh man, I love you." I'm like, "Nigga, you just see me get drunk, bro. I had a gash on my, I had like cracked ribs because of this dude. Like, yo, got my ass beat." I'm gonna tell you, like, well, when those boots are stumping me out, I got up and they were still hitting me. I'm like, "Look, I don't want to fight no more." They said, "What?" Dude hit me in the face. I said, "You good? I don't want to fight no more." I just walked off. Like, too many of them, dude. It was too many of them. I was like, I don't want to fight anymore.
I don't want to hear it, nigga. What was too many, nigga? Martell, so look, we went to Texas, right? And bro, look, we went to Texas was it for Ryan's graduation?
Yes.
All right, so we went to Texas for Ryan's graduation, right? So we go out and we pull up, and it's supposed to be like a little block party or a house party. And it was in Dallas. So we pull up, we park like down the street. So as we walking up to the party, I forget old boy's name, but his sister, because me and Corey can never go nowhere without talking to some girls. I don't know why this is, but Corey was talking to, what was her name, Ebony or something like that? Denise.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to, I think a girl named Dejanay or whatever. And so her brother was with us. So the dude walks by, he looks at Dejanay and he's like, he said something to her like, "Oh, like come like talk to me or whatever." He's like, "Is this your man's or some shit?" So then her brother was like, "We all her man's or whatever." So then he was like, "We ain't here for that, bro. We just here to have a good time." So I guess old boy didn't like getting shut down. So they start jawing or whatever, and we pull the brother away. We go walking, and then at this point, there's nobody on the street except for us and like maybe 4 or 5 other people like down the way or whatever. These niggas start arguing again. They end up behind the car, and one of the dudes punched her brother. So her brother hit him back, and we ran over there to go get him. And then like nigga, like out of a movie, like 50 niggas from like all the houses on the block just start flooding outside, bro. Like
Bro,
dead ass, like
old ladies coming out the house. That shit was crazy. We got chased down the whole block by like 50 dudes, and we were just
who
running.
was it? Who was it that fell? Somebody fell when we was running. And me and Corey looked at us like, "Hey, nigga, we go."
I was like, "Fuck that." I don't know who it was.
Mind you, at this time, Mindy Corey are both playing football for the semi-pro team out there. So, nigga, we feeling in great shape right now when it comes to running. So we dusting everybody. We look back, nigga that fell. We was like, "Nigga, fuck that, nigga. We keep going."
That was that was Staring. That was I think Denise brother. He fell. Yeah, he fell. I was just like, "Nigga, I'm not picking you up. I'm out." Yeah.
Deuces.
Yeah, I was
bro, that shit. Like no exaggeration, bro. It had to be like 50 dudes that was chasing us, dog.
Outnumbered.
I said, we all know better than to fall in the head.
Yeah. That's what I be trying to tell people. Like, you know, growing up where we grew up wasn't easy. Niggas was getting chased, fights all the time. Oh, there you go.
What's up, man?
What's good?
You done looking at Mickey? You want a picture? That's why you came over here. You ain't picky.
Oh, he's trying. Yep, there you go. He got exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, man. So, hey, what else y'all want to talk about? We got a lot. You know, it's just free range, man. Free range.
Man, for me, sports, man. Y'all know me. Y'all know I'm an absolute football junkie.
Clearly.
Speaking of DC and football, bro, I'm still mad that nigga told me. Nigga was talking all that shit about that fucking, "Oh, nigga, this corner was all state, all city, all league, whatever the fuck he was." And it's like, "Oh, he was this, and that, and all this other stuff." Cook that nigga, all practice. But yeah, but for me, sports though, bro. I've been getting kind of irritated lately because obviously I know the draft is coming up. And so every year I notice a trend, and it's whenever there is a dominant black quarterback coming out, while everybody else is talking about how great all the other prospects are, the black quarterback always gets this kind of like slick little like shade thrown at him the entire draft process, where everything is like, "Oh yeah, but we don't know about his character issues. Can he throw the ball? Can he do this? Can he do that?" and then they gloss over all the issues with like the white quarterbacks. Like for instance, this year, everybody know Trevor Lawrence is like quarterback savior. He's like Jesus at Clemson, and Justin Fields, their whole career, they the same age. Justin Fields has been right behind him since they was like 15. They've been projected 1 and 2. Well, Zach Wilson basically comes out of nowhere, and I've watched all his tape. He's horrible. And for the viewers out there, I coach college football. I evaluate film. Zach Wilson is not good. Anyways, and Justin Fields has been leading like the nation in all these different stats, but magically somehow it's can he throw the ball? He's only a one-read quarterback. We don't know about his work ethic and all this other stuff. Mac Jones has 2 DUIs. Justin Fields only had 1 bad game his entire college football career. Zach Wilson basically played DeVry at the University of Phoenix. The only quarterback that is in the same league as Justin Fields is Trevor Lawrence. And people are like, we don't know if Justin Fields can push the ball downfield. Here's a stat I know neither one of you guys probably knew about. So when we break down quarterback film and you're looking at a game and may say, oh, quarterback went 24 for 30 for 350 yards, right? But in today's game with all the screen passes and the quick game that you use, sometimes that 350 is he really threw for maybe 100 yards in the air and everything else was quick game with yards after catch. Yeah. Justin Fields for the last 2 years has led the nation. He's been number 1 for the last 2 years in what we call effective air yards, so yards in the air. So if he throws a pass, how long is the ball in the air? How much did he really pass for? For Mac Jones and Zach Wilson, they're sitting at about 50% of their yards, between 40 and 50% came through the air. Justin Fields led the nation with 70+% in both years of his yards coming through the air, meaning he's pushing the ball downfield all game. So I just don't get why is it that all the black quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, like Cam Newton, like all these dudes have all these questions about them coming out, but they've been the most dominant and most effective quarterbacks their entire college career.
So this is gonna switch from sports to like some real shit because you know why?
Yeah.
It's America.
Yeah.
It's America, like for real. Like it's like they look at like black people as like, okay, yeah, they do all this, they're great, but there's this other white quarterback, you know, or these white guys who did this, but we're not gonna speak about it. We're gonna speak about these people up. You know, like when you come to draft day, they always talk about, oh, look at this guy's background, look, he's born in the hood, look what he's doing for his mom and all that. It's like they don't do that for white quarterbacks. They don't do that for any of that. That's what that is. You know, it's all about that racism shit. And now that you got me started on this race thing, I'm sorry. That's what it is. You know, it's like they see you doing that, but you can't. I don't know.
But it's just like, to your point, it's just like you said, just like for instance, I think it was it Lamar Jackson, I think, or Deshaun Watson, one of them, they walk into, it was one of them dudes. They go into an interview with the teams that they have at the combine. All these white quarterbacks, all these other players, ain't never been asked this question. One of the GMs asked one of the quarterbacks, was his mom a prostitute? Did she ever used to be a prostitute, or was she a crackhead or anything like that? Like, but what? you're not gonna ask facts, because if you ask me that question, y'all might as well go ahead and prepare to make me undrafted, because this GM's about to get his ass whooped. Because that's not only is that out of pocket, that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ask me no shit like that of my fucking mom. Hey, this is a football interview, bro. Football. We here for one reason only.
And you know, that's why, like, America for me, man. Like, I just been watching the news lately. I've been seeing people get shot by the police, which is crazy because I you know, just growing up in the neighborhood I grew up in, I've been stopped by the police so many times. It's scary, you know.
Right.
Especially as like a black man, it's scary. You know, I got handcuffed before. I'm like, I didn't even do anything. So with that, like, I remember being in Las Vegas on leave before I went to Japan. Right before I went to Japan, I almost went to jail because it sounds funny, like just me telling you the story. I walk in the club, right? I'm gonna tell you what I had on. I had on a gray sweater, black shirt, some black pants, and some black shoes, right? I walk in there, and this white girl's like, "Oh my God, that's him." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, that's the guy who beat me up. He just jumped me with his homeboys. He has on a orange sweater. I know that shit." And I'm like, "I have on a gray sweater." police came, rushed me, grabbed me, like, get the fuck out of here, beating up on women. I'm like, yo, clearly this girl's drunk. She just told you I had an orange sweater on, and I have on a gray sweater, and I just got here. What are you talking about? We don't fucking believe you. We don't fucking believe you. You like to hit on women. They kicked me out, and I'm just like, yo, I didn't do anything. And then the crazy thing about it, she seen another black dude. She's like, that's the other guy. And the dude literally just walked in. And I'm just like, the fuck?
Yeah, well, God forbid we touch one of their blonde-haired, blue-eyed American beauties.
Also, you know, it's always been premised against us to begin with.
Yeah, that's why I used to talk shit about me fucking white girls. I was just getting reparations for what they owed us for all these goddamn years.
Yeah, okay.
This guy. Wow.
But real shit though, stories like that is why I'm trying to join San Bernardino PD. Because I believe it has to get better on both sides. And I'm not saying that it's our fault as to why shit is the way it is. But when you build trust and relationship, that has to get two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, and I'm not telling black people just get over it and like that. I would never say that because me personally, I get angry when I see wrongdoing, especially in our community. Yeah. But I'm not helping anybody by sitting on the sidelines bitching about it on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is to join San Bernardino PD. It's like the third most dangerous city in America. It's also one of the poorest cities in America and one of the biggest black populations in America. And I want to work there while other people see it as a dangerous job. I see it as an opportunity to be like a bridge, you know what I'm saying? Like to where I can police those people stern and by the book, but respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't gotta treat them like even if you commit a crime, I don't gotta treat you as less than, you know what I'm saying? I can be respectful to you. I can still answer you, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I can still make sure that you're good. If you tell me you can't breathe, I can sit you up, you know what I'm saying? I can make sure you're safe and I'm safe. I can walk up to a mom and be like, hey, as long as your son is in my custody, he won't be disrespected. You know what I'm saying? And develop that relationship with them to where they know that if I have to come in and do something to take their sons, their daughters, or their husbands away, at least they know that under my care, their family member won't be disrespected. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the San Bernardino PD disrespects because I haven't heard any complaints about them whatsoever, which is another reason why I want to work because it seems like they have a really good relationship with the community. But yeah, man, I feel like the more of us that are willing to get out there and try to help bridge that gap, the better it'll be.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't know about you, because do you like when you retire or whatever? What do you want to do? You want to do something for the community, or what's your plans?
Well, you were breaking up. I didn't hear you. What you say?
I said, what do you think about that? Like, what you think the community should do? Like, what are your plans when you fully transition out of your job?
I was like, you know I'm already in the middle of transition, but I'm trying to join the base police right now.
Okay.
So I used to work with them while active a few years ago, worked with them. And I thought about working for JSO, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. With everything going on, I'm like, even if I want to be in that field, but right now it's not the time to go into that. So I figured I'll stick to the military police and go with that. But definitely it's a two-way street, like Trey was saying. You can't put it all on the community. You can't put it all on police. They got to come somewhere in the middle. We got to find some type of compromise to make this all work. Because without the compromise, it's hectic in hell.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking, man? I was an opportunity. It's an opportunity to like intern with what do you call those people? A politician. So I was thinking, like, I want to intern with a Republican politician just to see what their mindset is.
Yeah.
Because like it's the thing where black people are supposed to be Democrat, but I mean, I don't feel that way. I don't do no political parties, but I just want to see. Yeah, I want to see what it's like on that side of the house, so I can like even put my input on. Like, yo, this is how you think, but this is how people coming from my background think.
Yeah. I'll say I'm definitely, after living in Florida, I've definitely started leaning more towards the Republican side, even though everybody in our family is damn near Democrat. But I've definitely been leaning more towards the Republican side lately with everything going on.
Democrats don't like guns, so I'm not fucking with them right now.
Oh nah, especially since we got guns and plan on having more. Hell nah.
Yeah.
No, but
it's-
but like you and Martell are both right, and for those reasons, like both of those reasons, honestly, played a factor in me wanting to join San Bernardino PD because, like you said, you want to see how they think about our community since they, like most Republicans, don't come from where we grew up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So they're making decisions about a place they don't know shit about. Much like a man making decisions about a woman's body. It's hard for you to do that when you have no point of reference.
Yeah.
Well, being an officer out there, like I grew up in a community like that. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
I know people like that. So who better to police a community than somebody that's familiar with it? I feel like that's another reason why we have such a disparity between the law enforcement and the black communities because a lot of the officers, think about it, growing up when we grew up, how many times did you have LAPD coming to your school trying to get you to join Explorers? I don't remember a single time.
Bro, they ain't never came to my school.
They only
Right.
came to
How
my
many
school
times?
to fuck with people. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
And right, that's what I'm saying. Growing up when we grew up, we only saw police when they either came to fuck with us, one of our cousins, our uncles, somebody like that, or or you saw them on TV or some shit like that. But we
Yeah,
never
and
got a chance to see police in a positive light.
well,
And
okay,
I
so
know,
I can say if I did in a career day fair, that was one time for SWAT team. They came and it was like, oh yeah, this you could be in the SWAT team when you older, blah blah blah. But like you said, you don't see him in a positive light. I can tell you when I was in the sixth grade, we had like 5 police cars pull up on me, my stepdad, and my little brother pull guns out on us, telling us to get out of the car. And this is all in front of school. Like I'm like, my brother's crying. I'm like, yo, don't cry, don't move. You know, I'm 12 years old. The police got
yeah,
guns, walk to me. I'm like, Jesus, like, and it's embarrassing because I had to go to school that day. And they over here like,
mhm.
oh, look at you, you got a gun put out on you by the police and blah blah blah. That's embarrassing. So
Yeah.
I've never seen them in a good light, you know.
You know, so because me, I remember it was me and my brother, some other dudes off on the street, you know, just riding bikes or whatever. And they pull up to us in front of my house. And they're talking about, oh, we got a description of someone with a red bike on 137th Street breaking into people's houses. But y'all know I lived on 97th.
Yeah.
97th and 137th are two completely different areas.
Right,
Yeah.
You're not in the same jurisdiction anymore.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what Gardena, Crenshaw area, not Crenshaw, the Gardena or Carson area.
Yeah.
You over here in South Central. That's a big difference. You talking about you just got the call in like 10 minutes? There's no way in 10 minutes I got from 137 over to 97. And I go, where you live? I'm like, I'm in front of my house right here.
Yeah.
Where's your ID at? I'm in the 6th grade. I don't got no damn ID. You expect a 6th grader to pull out a California ID and be like, here's my address? I'm like, my mom in the house. You can go knock on the door, and she'll tell you I live here. Pat us all down or whatever. No, okay, y'all can go. And then they wait for us to go put the bikes in the house and go in the house before they pull off, just to show that, to prove that we live there.
See, that's the thing, though, man. Like, how many officers do you think in LAPD lived on 97 at any point in their life?
Bro, name how many black people I've seen going through that street. Black police going through that street.
That's what I'm saying, though, right? So, and it's not, to me, it's not the officer's fault, right? That they're not from that area because they're only applying for a job that they want to do, right? So let's just get that out there.
Yeah.
But what is the system's fault, the city's fault is why aren't you promoting law enforcement in black areas like you are in white areas? How come like all my white friends that I knew growing up, yeah, man, like Blue Lives Matter, all that shit. But if you talk to all of them, in their life, police were only positive. Hey, police are always at our school. They're always coming to recruit us. I see them at the football games all the time. Officer so-and-so comes to all the community meetings, all this other shit. This officer came to my baseball game. We don't have those stories because they aren't establishing a community relationship with us. They aren't putting them in our schools. Like JJ has a fucking, so for reviewers, JJ's my little brother. He's 16. JJ goes to Rancho Cucamonga High School, right? So grew up in LA, but I now live in like one of the whitest cities in California. So JJ goes to Rancho Cucamonga High School. This nigga has 2 SROs, which are school resource officers. One is a female sheriff, and the other one is a male sheriff. And they literally go to all the kids' events. They go to the football games. Anytime something needs to be mediated between kids, they go there. They go to basketball games. They work everything so the kids know them. You know what I'm saying? You want to go drop off something after school, you got to check in with the resource officer so she knows the parents, she knows the kids. Like literally, I'm up there when I first got the Navy. She's like, "Oh yeah, like here's my card. Give me a call. We'll try to get you on the force." I never had an officer say that shit to me until I was a grown ass man living in Rancho Cucamonga. You know
But you
what I'm
gotta
saying?
think about it, especially our neighborhoods. They look at us like, oh, they're animals in cages. That's what it was. We had that
Right.
we had that man. It wasn't a mentality. It was more as what they thought of us. You know,
Right.
because like I can say like for us, we grew up in rough neighborhoods, but we got out of it. You know, we
Right.
wasn't locked in no cages like they say you stuck in this whole cycle. It wasn't like that.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean, who knows? Maybe if look at it. Like all 3 of us joined the military, right? So who's to say that if you didn't have LAPD present in a positive light at our schools, at our baseball games, at our basketball games, and something that we could tangibly see as a positive career choice, as a positive avenue to help somebody, who's to say that maybe 1 or 2 of us didn't join LAPD instead of going to the military? Obviously, we chose a life of service, right?
Yeah.
And not only did we join the military, we all do jobs of service inside the service. You know what I'm saying? So obviously it's been ingrained in us to just be a help to people. But when you don't establish that relationship, when you don't have that FaceTime, you know what I'm saying? And when you don't put it out there as an option for people, they're not gonna take it.
They're not.
And then when you take Joe Schmo from fucking Beverly Hills, put him in the worst neighborhood you can find in LA, and then you wonder why he says, "Oh, I was afraid for my life." He's afraid of the area. I guarantee you, he don't drive to. He's probably never driven to that area until he was assigned there to his duty station.
Yeah.
and all he hear are the stories. Everybody hears all these stories about South Central, the riot, gangs, and all that, drugs. The only thing they ever think of is like, oh shit, one of these black people will probably shoot me or whatever. And yeah, it's terrified from the get go.
Yeah, that's
Right, but I mean,
that's just it's the nature of the beast, especially because we have history of doing that in those areas. So like you said, the stories that they hear, it scares the fuck out of them, like Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, this is how it is.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, I want to switch the tone. Let's end this on a positive note. Because we got deep and serious. You know, I would love to have you guys back again. So you know, I'm gonna split you guys up. We're gonna do some topics again. You know, we have fun. Send us off for something funny, man. Shit. Everybody got serious. Like, you know, we are the comedians, man.
Yeah, we definitely talk about how exactly Derek Jackson plans on making a comeback next time.
Yeah. We can do that. But I'm gonna wrap it up right here. You know, thank you guys for coming out and supporting the channel. This is gonna be more locker room talk with a lot more guests, a lot more everything. You know, just fun. I'm glad you guys came out today. Thank you both. These are both my cousins. Love you guys to death. Thank you. Yep, and I'm out, you guys. This is the Gossip Wine podcast, but the extra episodes, my locker room talk, my side little project. So hope you guys like it.